Hey everybody, Dr. Dave Marquis here with another thought. This one has to do with being well through a time period when there is a complete vacuum of leadership. At no point during this manufactured crisis have we had any actual recommendations or acknowledgement that what we've been experiencing is very treatable, very treatable. You're actually looking at someone who has recovered from COVID himself, as have most of my family members that have had it, as have hundreds and hundreds of my patients. The aspect of being prepared and going into an infection knowingly makes all the difference. So I'm really tired at this point, and I always try and stay upbeat on this, but I'm mentally tired of fear tactics. The comment that this was going to be the winter of death for the unvaccinated, that's a fear tactic. And I've talked about that in many of my videos about the things that we can do. Keeping up on your nutrition, keeping up on your sleep, keeping up on your hydration, making sure that your hygiene is proper. All of these things are just no-brainers. Why aren't these being blasted out on the media on a continual basis? Hey, do you know what your vitamin D levels are? How much glutathione have you been taking? Did you know that quercetin and vitamin zinc actually inhibit viral entry into the cell? The things that people should just know, it should be on the tip of your tongue at this point. Nebulizing hydrogen peroxide, the use of ozone, even the pharmaceutical agents, the hydroxychloroquine, the ivermectin, the monoclonal antibodies. So why isn't this being top of mind consciousness on every station saying, hey, you know what, you could go to this facility right now in our community and they have these things for you. Get your COVID package and be prepared. Why don't we hear those types of things? This is what we as the public need to demand and acknowledge that cases are not something to focus on. That's a fear tactic. When you hear numbers like that, please help your neighbors and your family members to understand that this is just driving people like a herd of swine off a cliff. And we are the swine in this analogy. And we need to stop being driven. Each of us has an immune system. It works. All you have to do is prepare yourself. The things about this country that have really blown my mind is the things that we're eating on a continual basis that make us insulin insensitive and make us inflamed and suppress our immune system. And I've talked in another video about the agency that actually approves all of that food, and then they sell us drugs to try and treat the very diseases that come from these poor diets. This is very circular. And if we can't recognize that for what it is, then I guess we kind of deserve what we get. So I'm really reaching out to you through this medium to wake up and wake up your loved ones, your friends, your neighbors, your family, and let them know that what they're watching on the media and what they're hearing from quote-unquote leadership is not in our best interest. We've got to take a divergent course from that and take care of ourselves and each other. The things that I've shared all along work. You just got to dig in and do it and recognize that you can't hide from a virus. That's just silly. You never could, you never will. You just have to always be prepared. And if you're prepared, there's nothing to fear. My message today is don't let fear be your driving force. Always go into every decision, health or otherwise, educated. And then you'll be much better for it. Your probability of success goes up significantly when you prepare and you don't make poor decisions. One last thought. Many times people will say, I'm following the science, or the science is settled. Science, folks, is never settled. Science is always open for debate and questioning, and we have to get comfortable with that. And we should recognize and be uncomfortable with anyone who silences a question. That should really bother you. So, question things. Question this. The more that you study this out and actually question the science, I want everybody to know truth, and it should feel right. and what we're living in right now doesn't feel right. Keep questioning, be well, and have a great day.